I think that without any question, if France and General de Gaulle are going to play an important role in any successful effort that we may have in finding a peaceful solution to the struggle in Vietnam, and if that's not recognized by the spokesman in Washington, then we are in greater difficulty than I had thought.
What do you say about Franco-American relations generally, Senator?
Well, I think that we have some disagreements, obviously, which we have to recognize. It seems to me that we should also recognize that the United States and France are the oldest of friends, that at the time of the Cuban Missile Crisis, it was France who first came to the assistance of the United States in those difficult days. In my judgment, we'll have differences in the future, but we will be friends and we will be allies, and in the major matters, we will support one another. Husbands and wives differ, we differ. I would hope that through the efforts of public officials in both countries, that those differences will be minimized. But the world has changed. The United States' position in the world has drastically changed from over what it was 10 years ago. The position of France is drastically different than it was 10 years ago. Our relationship of the United States to Europe is far, far different. All of these things must be recognized in our own country in the United States as they are recognized in Europe. We're going through a period of change and transition in this part of the world as drastic as that which we went through in the late 1940s after the war. And it's going to require the statesmanship and courage and perseverance and understanding on all parts if we're going to be successful.
Testing, testing, testing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cut.
Take a personal role in achieving
I think that he would have to speak on that himself.
Did you get any new ideas from your discussions with Vietnamese specialists this morning, and perhaps we'll get some this afternoon?
I have some different impressions now than when I arrived.
Definite.
Some different impressions now than when I arrived. Well, I would think we should continue to make every effort to understand the point of view of the French, and also the important role that France will continue to play in Europe, and also our traditional friendship with this country, as well as our great friendship and alliance with the other countries of Europe and of England.
Do you feel that French and American relationships are still deteriorating?
I think I've said all that I need to say on that matter. I said that there are differences, but I think that the friendship and the relationship is more important than the disagreements.
You said your question now is one on the right.
I have some different impressions in connection with some of these matters than I had at the time.
Are you more or less optimistic about it?
Well, I think, as I have said, I think that the struggle is difficult as the situation develops at the moment. I think there are some possibilities of change, but I think it's a difficult situation.
Are you more sympathetic to General de Gaulle's view that American troops should be pulled out of Europe?
Well, I've always held the view that we're going to have to be some important changes in NATO. solutions of the problems of the 1950s and the 1940s are not the answers for the problems of the 1970s. And I think we have to recognize that in the United States. Thank you very much.
Bon, vous venez à la voiture?
Oh, ça se fait pas.
Attention, attention, attention.